Great local taverns are both the front porch and the back fence of America. The front porch is that area where you greet friends and strangers, but you gussy things up a bit so you can always put your best foot forward. We're sitting in the upstairs tavern of the National Hotel in Frenchtown, and I would consider this their front porch. An elegant setting that goes back to the 19th century. There's been welcoming people here since the mid-1850s. It not only functions as a restaurant, but it's also a great personal hotel. Recently it's gone through a renovation that has brought it back to its former grandeur and glory. Pleasure to be back here because we lost this tavern for a couple of years, and for me, I'm real happy to be sitting back at this bar. When you say local tavern, most people have a concept of a place that may not necessarily welcome travelers and strangers. You know, we've all had that experience where we walk into a place and everyone turns their head and your first response is, maybe this isn't for me. What's wonderful about the National Hotel here in Frenchtown is that it is located on a crossroads. It's right on the Pennsylvania border. The Delaware River is just a half a block away. We're a river community. And the town has had this location and a crossroads function really going back to the 18th century. This hotel opened in the middle of the 19th century, and it has been welcoming strangers and travelers since then. So while there is a provincial feel when you have a bunch of locals here, there's also the aspect of it that people have been traveling to this location for a couple of hundred years almost now. And because of that, there is the mix of local color with people bringing their stories and their passions to this area. And what I've loved about this community and this particular location is that the people that function here on a daily basis and the people that come as strangers pretty much always part as friends. And it is a great sharing of not only what people in the community have to offer, but also people bringing their stories and their way of life to this community, which makes this, well, it makes it the perfect local. As I mentioned earlier too, great local taverns also have that back fence aspect. And by back fence I mean that place where neighbors go to share a bit of gossip and talk about local occurrences. We're in the depths of the National Hotel, the old Rathskeller Bar, which actually, to my knowledge, is actually the oldest part of the building. Prior to the hotel being built, there was another bar on this location predating the 1850s, and this seems to be that footprint. It does have that feel of something more akin to the 18th century than the 19th century. But this is the place where the locals like to get a little bit of cover from, let's say, the onslaught of tourists that may come into Frenchtown on a good weekend. But what's cool about it too is the people that stay here at the hotel, when they really want to get a taste, and if they feel a bit more adventurous, they come down here to share some of that gossip, to be part of the local color, to listen to an occasional musician, a poet now and then. And this is a place that has an inspirational spirit to it. In fact, during the 1930s, James Agee, the celebrated author who wrote Now Let Us Praise Famous Men, and who also eventually went on to write the screenplay for The African Queen, James Agee lived about a block away from the National Hotel, and for the better part of 1938, he spent, at least as legend has it, a good amount of time using this bar down here, and also the bar upstairs as a bit of inspiration for his celebrated novel. This is what great places can do. What's unique about this property is it has functioned as a hotel since the middle of the 19th century, and because of that, it has always opened its doors to someone other than myself.